Ideas of the world which are built into the very nature of the language we use and of our ideas of logic and of what makes sense altogether. The myths underlying our culture and underlying our common sense have not taught us to feel identical with the universe, but only parts of it, only in it, only confronting it.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh,
All right, you want to hear the end of it? All right, we'll hear the end of it. All right.
Baby.
We are, I think, quite urgently in need of coming to feel that we are the eternal universe.
Welcome to Acute Mania Live. Yeah, I didn't know whether to just. I was just going to fade it out. If they want to hear the rest of it, they got to go get it. You know, you got to leave them with a little bit of incentive.
That's what they say. You know, you got to first taste is free.
Yeah. But I think they've heard it enough. I've played it on here enough. So
it's so good. But that line, though, you know, it's
That's
the
true.
eternal.
That's the end. That's the end of the EP.
But
TK,
there is
welcome back.
one.
Welcome back onto the show. It's nice to have you back on here as a sort of a guest, or you're a guest of honor tonight because you did the cover art for this EP, and
Yeah,
it's
right on.
phenomenal.
Thanks, man. Well, I got to start out by saying, brother, it's always great to be around you. It's great to be interacting with you. It's great to be watching all of your adventures through Acute Mania Live and such. You're a fascinating gentleman, and I'm definitely privileged to be having a conversation with you, and truly honored to be a part of your creative journey.
I couldn't think of a better person, TK. I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have TK do this cover art because I don't know anybody. I can't draw a stick guy. You know what I mean? So I can't do it. You know.
Well,
I'm not a very good hangman player. I can't play. You know, if you ever asked me to play hangman, I'll be like, yeah, you're gonna have to draw my guy for me.
abstract hangman.
Yeah. But yeah, it's we'll reveal it here soon. But I feel like we should talk about it first and kind of, you know, I did show it to a few people. Phil is supposed to be watching from Yonkers. He's in a band called Maintenance, and they came down in March, and Deviant Cause played a show with them here. So I got to meet them in person. That was cool. But I asked him to be on the show, and he's like, "No, I've been on your show enough. I don't feel like it." No, he didn't say that, but
Yeah.
but
He's
yeah,
busy.
it's whatever, you know. I'm getting that stupid YouTube error again. I hate this thing. YouTube is not receiving enough video. What do you mean? I'm giving you I'm giving you everything I can. You know.
You everything.
It'll be fine. They know who I am. They know who I am. Those YouTube people.
Yeah.
But yeah. So but yeah. He's packing and he wasn't able to join. But that's okay. But I did show him. I showed him the art, and he was like, "Wow, who did that?" And I was like, "Well, he'll be on the show tonight." So. And I think I showed a Bitter Loyal last night. Those guys were badass. Those guys were awesome. Bitter
I'm
Loyal.
looking forward to seeing that. Yeah.
That was great. There's a little surprise in there, and I don't want to say too much because I don't know if Paul's watching this, and because he kind of joined a little bit late last night. I asked him to co-host, and of course he declined, but that's okay. I will get him on the show somehow. Somehow I will get him on here. But he joined kind of late. We were actually on the outro song, and I looked at the chat, and he was in there, and I was like, "Oh crap!" So I kind of turned the music down and let them say hello to him, and then we went into the show. But I have a surprise for him. So
you're speaking of Paul Dean Price III from Dream the Heavy.
I am. Yes, I'm speaking of him. Yes. So I have a little surprise for Paul, but he can't go watch the show yet. Just wait until I'm going to put the clip out. I got to work on the clip. As soon as we get done with this, I'm going to work on the clip, and I want him to see it on Instagram first, like the clip.
Okay.
Where he watches it, because it's going to be awesome.
Okay.
Just a little surprise for him. So, Paul, if you're watching this, please don't go watch the show yet. The entire he might have already done it. He's probably already going to kill me, but I didn't do anything. It was
okay. Well, you piqued my curiosity.
Hey, look, I got a new chair. Check it out.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. You mentioned that.
It's a gamer chair for gaming and podcasting.
Game on.
But it's got a vibrating lumbar support.
Oh, that's healthy.
Well, I mean, it's only got one speed, so it's like, those mattresses from like
full throttle.
Yeah. So I have it unhooked. Of course, it hooks up with a USB cable. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it reclines all the way back. Like you can. I mean, check this out. Watch this. This is epic.
Gaming, sleeping, loving. 3 positions.
It's got a footrest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow!
I don't think I'm ever going to leave this room anymore.
No, you'd be like Professor X from now on.
Something. I don't know. How was your weekend?
Weekend was fantastic. Friday night, me and the Heavy Dreamer. Yeah, we played at a club called Coda in Fremont of Cleveland, which is one of the coolest neighborhoods, man.
Yes.
This neighborhood is so hip. Really, I want to spend a lot more time there.
Yeah. Cleveland all around is just awesome. I think I always have a good time up that way.
I'm new to experiencing Cleveland, and
we should take a trip, TK. You and I.
Road trip.
A journey. We'll take an art journey.
No. Well, they were talking about their art museum being top notch, and of course the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I got to see not all of, only the first floor of the 50 years of hip hop, and then beyond.
Right up your alley, right?
Absolutely. Well, I was raised on it, man. I was there at the birth of it, And so we went there. It was my older brother, myself, and a friend, and both my children went. We were there for the for the solar eclipse.
Oh, nice.
Because right outside of Cleveland was, the line of totality.
Yes.
Which was one of the most extreme experiences, that it was wonderful. But the night before, we rode up the night before because Grandmaster Flash was spinning at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I was raised on Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 and such. And then we saw Melly Mel here in Pittsburgh a couple weeks after that, with the Furious 5. And Anyway,
That's good
just
shit.
good people, good people. Anyway, yeah, I was definitely raised on hip hop. I was there at the beginning when it was
I
fascinating.
don't hear it in any of your material though, but with Dream the Heavy especially.
No, not with Dream the Heavy.
But
No, yeah, I just
you
make
did
music
mention
that you can hear it.
you did mention to me recently actually, you know, if Rob and I ever wanted to collab, or if I ever wanted to collab with someone, that would fit with this stuff a little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe, I don't know.
absolutely.
Can
Yeah,
you
right on.
freestyle? Can you freestyle? Like
Yeah,
if I was to
no,
beatbox, could you free?
I don't rap.
Oh,
That's not my love. I just appreciated it greatly.
yeah, yeah.
It was so new, and I kind of got out of focusing on that the early '90s. So I was hip to it through the '80s. My brother and I were actually, when I was 10, we were in a breakdance group called the West End Breakers, and
Well, you can dance like a son of a bitch. I haven't mentioned this on the show yet because that's your thing. You know, I don't want to say a lot, and then you have an off night, and then everybody's like, "What are you talking about? He sucks at dancing." You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hype you up, but like, you dance like. I saw somebody took a video of you guys at Coda on Friday night, and I saw you put it up on your story, and there you are just bebopping. You know, I was like, "That's TK right there." You know?
Got to connect with the music. And that was something as a kid to see breakdancing. That was a way to connect to music that none of us had ever experienced. I was, doing gymnastics at the time too. So it just made complete
Oh, so you can
sense.
do like somersaults and shit.
Oh yeah, I used to be able to do a windmill. I probably still could.
You could.
All
At the next Dream to Have You show, I want to see that.
right, you have to throw down some ones.
I'll be your spotter. I can't guarantee you I'll catch you or anything, but I'll be your spotter. I'll watch you. I'll go like this.
Yeah. But anyway, our music is connected.
What was your big thing in gymnastics? Like, what was your thing? Like, what did you do the best of? Gymnastics is pretty much like everything, somersaults and stuff, right?
Yeah. It was floor. I like rings. I didn't really get a hold of the, uneven
Long
bar.
jump. You didn't do like the long jump thing or the jumping over the bar.
I didn't. Oh, I pole vaulted in high school.
Oh, nice. I did the hurdles. I did the intermediate hurdles in track for a week, and then I was like, heck with this. So I quit track. I was like, this is a lot of running. I'm not enjoying this at all. You know,
it doesn't track. But
yeah. This is not tracking with the way I saw my life happening. Lots of running. I hated it.
Yeah. So yeah, Cleveland is fantastic. And then Saturday, once a year, my family and two other friends' families get together. And it's guys that I was in my first band with, and consequently, we all lived in San Francisco at the same time as well. And now he does these huge shows for Apple, and the other one is he's in audio visual as well. And good things coming up with the collaboration with one of those guys. So
Awesome.
I'll be announcing some stuff.
Awesome.
And we get all our kids together because all our kids were born like boom, 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 boom.
Oh, nice. So it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, just like that era. And they were all off making a film. They did, and they edited it, and they're all actors and filmmakers.
Do you remember the post I made with Dave Novak from Fat Daddy that I'd met Nicolas Cage? Remember that? I posted that on Instagram.
Yeah.
I still haven't told the truth on Facebook, so some of the people on Facebook still believe that actually happened. But no, that was Dave Novak from Fat Daddy. Well,
yeah,
at the Three Legs to Rome thing on Saturday, I met Aerosmith.
Okay.
Come on, man. Come on, you gotta.
Of course you did.
You gotta go with us.
Well, you got to say like the name, like the person's name, because
Aerosmith. That's his name. His name is Aerosmith.
Oh, so there you go.
It's not the traditional spelling that you're thinking of. You're thinking the band Aerosmith. No. But I did meet Aerosmith because his last name is Aerosmith.
Great last name.
And it works out for him too, like for hotels and restaurant. Getting right front line for everything. Movies. His last name is Aerosmith, and it's like arrow, like the bow and arrow, Smith. Yeah. And his, I think it was his grandfather was Native American, like full Native American. Aerosmith, BJ Aerosmith is his name. And I was like, you must come on the show. I was like, we've got to have you on the show. You know how huge that would be if I say I have Aerosmith, because and he says so many times, because it's like, he'll do that. He'll call like a restaurant and get a reservation. They'll be like, oh my God, yes, we got you the best table, and he won't say anything. He'll just let him do it, and
Huh.
he just needs an ID. Well, says it on his ID, you know, and he'll show it to them, and they still don't put it together that he's not with the band, you know, because nobody in that band is named Aerosmith. You know what I mean? Like, what's the ID going to tell you? You know,
He's
idiots.
birthed this rock and roll royalty.
He said he
You know?
uses it all the time, though, and I would too. Damn it, you know, if people are that stupid, you might as well use it.
You got to use what you got to get what you want.
But yeah, so I was like, you've got to come on the show, and we got to, because I mean, he's had so many stories where he's used that. But I guess he was in a bad car accident, and you know, he's recovered from that, and you know, just his. We just met outside after we were done with the show. We just met out. He was just there watching. He works with one of the 3 Leagues guys, and we just started talking. I was like, man, I want to do a show like that where, you know, you're just telling a story of your life, you know. And
yes.
You've overcome a lot, and plus your last name is Aerosmith. You got the whole package, dude. Like, I'm sold, you know. But he wrote his number down on one of the plates, because you know they had food and stuff. So one of the paper plates, and I have it in my thing there.
Well, I love the 3 Leagues Throne crew, man. They're beautiful human beings. Love them so much. Great musicians, good music makers, but great people, just good people.
Just like the Dream the Heavy guys, just like that.
We get along real nicely. They're brothers.
Real quick here, I saw a band called Source.
I saw some footage from them.
Not Sour Sea, it's Source. Okay, and it's not the Source, it's Source. Anyway, it was Foamer, Haven State, Source, and Catatonia on Friday at Smalls, and that was Source is so good. Well, I mean, all these bands are good, but Foamer, we just actually just scheduled. We just got the email. I just got the email back from can't remember his name, the lead guy. November the 3rd, I believe it's going to be at 7.
Oh, good.
They will be on Acute Mania Live. So anyway,
good.
Is there anything you want to preface before I reveal the big reveal?
I think what I'd like to preface is
I like that word, preface.
Preface. Well, I don't know if you want to know anything about my background, but I would like to preface it with you talking about the song itself.
I wasn't prepared for this. Though.
Well, I was unaware there'd be any math.
I was unaware I was going to be put on the spot here.
No, but I mean, that's the perfect lead-in of why the image is the image.
Yeah, so, okay, so but the EP, the entire EP is it doesn't really feature Alan Watts, but I guess it does because he's on every single track. And it's basically, you know, I didn't really focus on one singular thing, but I kind of did, you know, because he kind of gets into different things towards the middle of the EP. But it's more about like life and death, and like, you know, nobody knows what's going to happen. You know, people are religious, and that's fine. People aren't religious, that's fine. You know, people believe in what they believe in. Some people believe in paranormal, ghosts and things like that, you know, but nobody really knows what happens when you die. So I wanted to use that a little bit, you know, about what he says. And I think it's fascinating. It just gives you another perspective of it. It's not that I worship him. It's not that I believe everything he says. But, I mean, he's dead, so now he knows. You know, so, you know, but nobody knows. And you know, all the arguments over religion and the wars over religion and stuff is just kind of foolish because nobody knows. Nobody knows who's right. Just let everybody do what they want to do, you know? That's my belief of it. But, you know, it's just, you know, discovering Alan Watts just recently, pretty much in the last few months is just awesome. Just everything that he speaks on is uplifting also. So I wanted to kind of go like, you know, at the beginning, kind of talk about doom and the doom and gloom and things like that. But I wanted to end it with, you know, it's your, you know, it's your life, and it's just do with it what you want, basically, is what I was trying to get out of it. But I wanted him to explain a lot of things, and I think I got that in an order where it kind of tells a story like that, and then once you get to the end, it's like, okay, all right, you know, and like you do with it what you want. Some people won't do anything, that's fine, I don't care, but I'm gonna do it. You know, it feels good to me, you know. But I think I would have to go back and look at the email that I sent you about because you'd asked me, you know, what my vision was for the cover, and you know, I didn't see anything pronounced. It was just it looked like a circle to me, but I didn't know what was inside of it, you know. And I think the only other thing I told you was like what colors that turned me off, you know, like turquoise I can't stand, you know, like just different hues that I don't like, because I know you said that, you know, a lot of the single covers were pretty much black and white or just gray
Yes.
and, you know, sad, sad colors. But I think what you did was yeah, yeah. I'll let you take it from there.
Well, right on. Thanks so much. Yeah, I have to say that Alan Watts has been a part of my life, not my entire life, but I would say for the past maybe like 8 years or so. And when I stumbled across him, it was the same thing. It was so liberating and enlightening and humbling and third eye opening and connecting and removing, had that pulse of within and without. Like he just hit it all on the head. And his voice. I mean, come on, that voice. Are you kidding me? So great.
Hmm.
Um, but
I'm sorry, I'm troubleshooting the internet while you're talking, but go ahead.
that's fine. When all of you out there go down the Alan Watts rabbit hole, you'll find that he is one of the most brilliant minds of the last 100 years. And what his topic often is the truth, the idea of the truth, and the nothing that leads us to the truth. And often the truth is the nothing. It's the void.
And there
So
really isn't any truth because what is
right.
the truth? What's the truth to
Yeah.
you,
So that's perception. So the only truth you really have is what you feel inside. And that's the light to follow. That's as Joseph Campbell says, follow your bliss. This is the purpose of life. Because this is our moment to be awake in this Maya, right? This sleeping dream, this woke dream that we're in at the moment. And the only thing we have to guide us is those things that bring us that bliss, that joy, that love. And then when we get to the end of it, we will open up, back into the entire all of all and see that progression of that singular moment, of that little bit that was removed, for a moment in time to kind of, for the all-knowing to have a moment to grow and study itself outside of itself before we do it again, before the formless takes form and then leaves that form into the everything and then takes form again, this gets form and then out of, the organic shape, organic, so inorganic, organic. And that's what I wanted to touch on with the album cover. That was the symbol. So when you said you had a circular shape, you told me what colors not to use, but you said you wanted this warmth, sunsetty something happening.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so listening to the music and the lines of Alan's that you chose, it was that formless becoming form, back to formless becoming form. So square to circle, square to circle, square to circle. And then the thought of self that kind of identifies that moment that it can make a mark on the other formless that have happened to be forms at the same time, like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And so I thought of that as history, and history is just what we believe we leave behind. Some people do it through procreation in the physical form, literally other human beings. Some people do it on a daily basis through the art of creating an idea, a work of art that connects to millions of lives and births many ideas from it. And so I was thinking about the caves, the cave.
The dog. The dog. Yes.
I was thinking of the caves of Lascaux, in Paris, France, or not in Paris, I'm in France. The history, the bowls and the okay, and that mark making, to robotic, and that's that connectivity of the techno music that this is all music made without physical form. Right. So it's all electric music. It's all electronic. So it's from that, beating, a brush against the wall or a stick on the wall in a cave to hear an echo, to literally an idea being an electric motive, and then the ability for all of us to create through electric impulses. And not only that, the only words in your music were recorded long ago.
Yeah.
By
60s,
man,
probably 60s, 70s, something like that.
yeah, like in the 60s or 50s, but
Yeah.
by a man who is back to the formless,
Yeah.
And
It's
so
crazy.
that's where I went with it. So
Yeah.
so it was, you'll see a square, a circle, a form that's kind of robotic, emerging from that one circle, into this other circle that's kind of bigger, that's starting to envelop it again, and it's sitting inside a larger square, and it almost looks like it's on a cave wall.
Yeah. Let's show it. Then we can kind of.
Right.
Let me get it open here, and I should have had this ready, but I didn't. TK.
That's fine. But yeah, the eternal, it's
Yeah,
delaying the inevitable. None of us, delaying the inevitable is just means, I think, just being present. That's what I got out of it,
Yeah, it's okay. Here we go. Let's get this screen up and this screen and that, and it should have me in there somewhere. But let me get to the thing here. There it is. Let me. It's probably not all on there, right? Right.
I can't. It seems cropped a little. There it is.
Is it too cropped or?
It's still cropped a little bit, but
okay, let me change the setting here in 1 second. They have to see all of it. They must see all of it. Let me see. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay, I think that's all of it.
Better. That way you can see the large, the square, circle to square to circle, sitting inside a large.
I'll let you take it from there. Go ahead.
Yeah, right on. So here you can see, that red form, or the red being the lowest chakra, right? And then down the lower left. Yeah.
You see my mouse pointer also?
I do. Yeah, it's working.
That'll help.
Then you have, this cave wall, if you will, looks like stone, and this organic, this kind of robotic figure, kind of like emerging from it or dancing from it. And then it's inevitable that this other circle or cipher will be consuming that square again. You see, and then coming down into it, it moves around. And the whole thing sits inside of a concept or an idea, which is a square. That's the outer shape of the album itself.
I just now noticed this, but the way it looks almost 3D with this shading here. It's lifted up off of the canvas. It's crazy. Yeah. I just now noticed that. That's nuts.
Dig it. Yeah. So that's the first square. So yes, and you can see a little nod to your mohawk there.
On its head, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, man! Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I give you a little bit extra when I funded this.
My wife told me that. She told me later what the amount was, and I was like, "Oh, that wasn't supposed to be."
Yeah, it was. Yes,
I've been meaning to thank you, and because I didn't.
That was meant to be. Yes, it was.
Thank you so much. That was really.
No,
that's how I knew you liked it. I guess.
I submitted it to DistroKid last night. It will be out Sunday in full release Sunday. I could have done it Friday. Everybody's stuff comes out Friday, but I wanted to do it 5 days in advance for pre-saves. If people haven't gotten the singles yet, but after it comes out, I'm going to pull the singles down so that way there's not double of everything. But everything is still out. If you want to listen to the music now, you can. But the entire thing with the cover will be out Sunday.
Woohoo!
At midnight. So Saturday night, technically, if you're up at midnight, it'll be out.
What's the date?
The Sunday, whatever Sunday is, the 14th. The 14th, I believe. I think it's the 14th. But I was waiting to put the
October 14th, 2024. Everybody.
I was waiting to put the pre-save link up on my story on Instagram until we did this, because if I would have done that, they could have gone and pre-saved it and saw the. That's not fair. That's not fair, Even though there are select few special people that have seen this already, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Now everybody sees it, you know. And you can
But,
hold it. You can hold it in your hand on your phone or your computer or wherever on Sunday. Everybody. I should do a
Word.
vinyl. I should do a vinyl of this, and the vinyl could be red, just like the circle. You know.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
I'm thinking we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that for sure. Because then there's gonna have to be a back. You know, a back to it.
Cool. Yeah.
That's more money I'm gonna have to. No, I'm kidding.
Normally you can just zoom in
worth
to zoom in to a section, you know.
It's so worth it though. Okay, I'm gonna stop the share here. Okay, everybody got a good look at that. So I guess they can go back and pause their screen if they really want to look.
You'll
Well,
see.
I didn't want to do a full show tonight because I know you're busy and you got plenty of Dream the heavy ideas, I'm sure, just scattered about. Okay, I wanted you to explain it because I know my mother's, she can't watch right now, they're at dinner, but she's going to watch this later because she wanted to hear.
That is the album cover that we released.
The sticker.
Into the Unknown.
The sticker, I don't know where it's at right now. It's up there somewhere.
It's right by, they're down. It's right by inside the Trojan horse. Boom.
Now that symbol, what does that mean? If you can tell people, I would take it off the wall, but I can't because it's stuck to the wall like with a nail.
Sure. Yeah, it's we refer to it as the dream sigil.
Yeah.
A sigil is a shape that kind of represents a bigger concept, something that
another one there, but I don't.
You know, either through meditation or some people would call it magic, you know, whatever, a sigil, you know. But it's representative. It's an alchemical symbol.
Did you draw it for the?
Yeah, I drew it, and it's actually 3 alchemical symbols merged together. There's they say that if the above, and then the connective, and then the below, as above, so below. So above is it's this. This is Mercury. Mercury the messenger, right? Mercury, Quicksilver, Freddie Mercury, right?
Yeah.
That's a bad drawing, but you see, hold on, let me do this a little better. So
Freddie would like it. Freddie would love that.
Right. Okay. Here, let me do this properly. So yeah, so that's Mercury.
Okay.
Right. And then in alchemy, and then I should do this. This is salt. So salt of the earth, this right here, this kind of Saturn-looking thing. Mm-hmm. That's the alchemical symbol for salt. And in alchemy, to create life, a notion, to be connected to the big idea, you know, the ethereal. And then consider this the square, and this the circle in the story that we were just talking about, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Like the inorganic. Anyway, this would be the organic earth. Okay. And then this be the heavens, let's say, for a very layman term. And then the way to connect those two is through elements is the symbol is sulfur. And this is the shape for sulfur right there, which you might recognize.
It's starting to come together now. Yes.
Okay. See that shape right there? You see that around, yes. You know, and it's used in different Luciferian or different magic ideas. But so I put the 3 of them together because in order to connect to the big idea,
I can do this. Actually, this might work.
It's fine. You have Mercury at the top, sulfur in the middle, or sulfur, and then at the bottom is salt. But if you look at it closely, it kind of looks like.
There we go. I got it up here.
There it is.
Super zoom.
Right. It has the same. When I put the 3 of them together, I started realizing that it's the same shape as a sitting Buddha. You know, someone sitting with cross-legged.
Yeah.
With the shoulders, you know, the shoulders being here.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And the elbow lines here. And so I've been working with that shape for about a year or so. And I have a show at Box Art Gallery a group show that's going up in a couple weeks, and it'll run until the end of the year. And you'll see a bunch of paintings based around this. This is one of the paintings that's kind of based around that shape as well.
That's I keep looking at that, and that's so good.
Yeah, you have your Mercury up here, and then across.
That's the front of the album, isn't it?
That's the cover of the album.
The cover
yeah.
of the album,
Into the Unknown, which was voted by Pittsburgh City Paper as album of the year.
Yes, it's an award-winning album for sure.
Award-winning album, and this is the artwork for that. That's a painting, you know.
I tell a lot of people about Dream the Heavy, and you know, I haven't known you guys for very long, but it's I've known you guys long enough to where, you know, I know you enough to where I walk into any place, and even if you're not performing, I know who everyone is in the band. You know, it's crazy. It's cool. Some of these guys. There's very few people like that you know, I know like that, but it's cool. One band that I would be able to do that with, that I've not met in person, is To Bloom from Portland, Oregon. Kevin's going to be on the show tomorrow night. He wasn't able to be on when Bruno and the rest of the guys were on a couple weeks ago. He had something going on, but he's the lead guitarist of that band, and he's been a part of the show just for different things. I think he was on like a New Year's show I had with Dean from Amplifiers a couple years ago. So I wanted to give him an opportunity to come on, and because they're getting ready to put an LP out, so you know he needs to. I wanted him to talk about what he did in his own words. So he'll be on tomorrow at 7 p.m. So if you can tune in, please do. He's very cool. He's got a fabulous mustache. I think he probably still has it, kind of like yours. So you know, you can at least compare stash. You know, compare stashes. But yeah, he'll be on tomorrow. I can't wait to talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a little bit. So Kevin Payne from To Bloom will be on tomorrow night.
Oh, right on. Looking forward to that also, man. I always look forward to hearing you talk with everybody. You know, you kind of bring a real common ground to everybody. You know, everybody feels so at ease talking to you. It seems like it's really cool.
Not everybody, but you know,
the ones I talk, episodes I've seen, I know I always felt very comfortable talking with you.
Well, you haven't met the real me yet, TK, but that's okay. Just don't piss me off. No, I'm kidding.
You know the real me, preacher.
We got to do a collab on something because there's got to be a follow up to this delaying the inevitability. You know, that we'll just be delaying the inevitability if we delaying the inevitable. I keep saying ability, and that's not it. The EP is called Delaying the Inevitable, because I say that every once in a while when I'm talking to people, and you know, it's kind of like a figure of speech. You know, it's like delaying the inevitable. You know.
Yeah.
But not everybody says that.
Right.
So that's why I use that for the EP. But I think it fits. But that's what we would be doing if I don't create something else. Also, you know.
Well, I would love if you would send music. I definitely would write something, you know, for it. I'd love to sing on one of your projects. You know, organize a little song.
I'd love to have you sing.
It'd be great to collaborate with you, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're not that far away from each other. Also, so you know, if it needs to be an in-person thingy, we could do that. You know.
Right on. You know, I could do it in the studio here though too. If you send
yes, for sure. For sure.
For sure.
Hey, Guns for Frogs is a big supporter of this show. Also, he's been on the show. I've kind of lost count, probably 4 or 5 times, but constantly putting music out, and you know, with breaks in between. But kind of like a DIY thing, you know, just like nobody else wants to play, so I'm going to do it anyway. You know, and I love that. You know, like if you're creative, do it, regardless of what it is. If you can rake leaves like a son of a bitch, just go do it. Don't wait for help. You know, like you can do it on your own. Yeah,
figure it out
with anything in life. So I figured we would end the show with he just put a new EP out, or not an EP, actually a full album. It's called okay. You're gonna have to help me with this word, TK, because I didn't look it up. It's necromancy. That's not right.
Yeah, that is necromancy.
What does that mean?
It's necro is dead. Right, it's a dead form, right? And necromancy, it's magic of the dead. You know, I don't know the exact definition. Like a necromancer is a dark black magic. So necromancy is the act of performing a dark magic.
I listened to the album earlier today, and my goodness, it's definitely Guns for Frogs. Like it's just that, and I even told Bitter Loa this last night when I had them on that I can't compare them to anybody because it sounds like them,
Yeah,
And Guns for
yeah.
Frogs sounds like Guns for Frogs. Every time I hear something by Guns for Frogs, I know exactly who it is. If somebody was to play it, I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, that's Guns for Frogs. Like it's just that, it's that.
They are who they are. Yeah, perfect.
So I figured we would end the show with Anomaly. It's not my favorite because all of them are my favorite. And I can definitely say that because they all are. Like the whole album is awesome. There's like 13, 14, maybe 15 songs on there, and they're all awesome. Like it's right up my alley. It's all over the place, but it's together. And there's keyboard stuff going on, and there's a lot of screaming, and just the lyrics are just. Just check it out.
And we could hear it on all our favorite streaming platforms.
Everywhere, every word that you care to stream. Yes, it's Guns for Frogs. I don't know how you would forget that.
Guns for Frogs.
It's awesome. I got to get him back on soon. I'm sure we'll have him. I'm pretty sure. Hey,
well,
this show, TK, this show tonight, this counts as a show. It's 298.
Very good. 298.
We're getting there. We're getting to the next milestone. On the 200th episode was Dan Skis from Power Man 5000. He was on that show.
Oh, wow.
Now the way things are going, I have somebody in the works for the 300th show. So tomorrow night will be 299 with Kevin. And I haven't announced this yet because I'm still working it out. It's not gonna be like I don't have huge names on here. Sometimes I do, yes, but not very often. So I'm gonna not announce it yet.
Exciting.
Nobody knows. I can't even tell you after the live stream's over. It's one of those because if it doesn't work out, that's something for later on. It's something for later on. But no, it's not Aerosmith. No, it's not. But that would be epic. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, the guy from the plate. Yeah, he wrote it on the back of a plate. I don't know. Maybe Nicolas Cage.
Oh.
No, it's nothing like that. It'll be somebody that's really who they are. It's not going to be, But I don't want anybody to be upset and be like, well, how come I wasn't picked for the 3? It's not something I'm picking. This is the way things work out. I can't. I didn't say, hey, I want episode 298 to be TK for the art reveal.
He
I
said
want
that
299 to be Kevin from Tulum. No, that's just how the show flows. I can't do anything about that. I just have to keep track of the number. That's why it's up there. That's for me. That's my reference. Keep the number up there. So I will announce soon.
All right, look forward to it.
Once it gets, we got it.
All right, well, I want to thank you again.
No, I want to thank you.
For being who you are and for sharing and allowing people to play along. And you've been doing it for almost 300 episodes now, getting people to play
almost
along.
300 years, almost.
300 years.
I'll be in a nursing home with a walker, going, "Welcome to Acute Mania live." Something like that.
But no, I do appreciate you, and we all do. Like everything you do for the artist community, I greatly appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. Yeah,
absolutely glad to be a part of it. And if you're in Pittsburgh, go to Box Hearts Gallery.
Yes,
I believe it goes up on the 19th of October of this month, and it runs to the end of the year. It's a group show that I'm in. And again, you'll have to look for TK Mundok, Mundok. You can go to boxhearts.com and look at the work that's in the show. And my website in the
description for the show also, so people will find it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And my website will be up. I think next month also. So,
nice.
So there's a lot of good things, visually in the visual art. But of course, please listen to Dream the Heavy. Come see us perform, and because that's another passion.
My favorite band in the world. for this year.
But thank you. And man, I'm looking forward. Let's hear some Guns for Frogs.
Okay. The award-winning Dream the Heavy, yes, is out. They won album of the year for the Pittsburgh City Papers thing, and I knew you were going to win because I voted. I think I voted illegally a couple times.
Great, thank you.
I put in 2 different usernames, but
Could've
they
seen
don't.
it.
But you already won, so it doesn't matter. They'll just
Doesn't
watch
matter.
out for next year.
Can't take
Watch
it
out for
back.
next year. City paper. Speaking of, well, it's a card there. I grabbed one from Smalls the other night.
Oh, good.
Anyway, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night with Kevin from To Bloom. He's a very, very good conversation, and he'll tell you about the guitar work from the new To Bloom album coming up. I think next year, but they're slowly releasing singles and things. I have most of them, but I can't play them. But I do know they have some. Kevin's going to be. He's supposed to be sending me some upgraded mixes that we heard from when Bruno and the guys were on a couple weeks ago. So we'll have some new mixes from the stuff that we heard. I think we're gonna. Daughters is his. That's the single that's pretty much his baby, and we did hear a little bit of that on the show with the guys when he wasn't available. But he's supposed to send me a new mix of that, and I'm excited to learn what's it about in his words, and why is it his song. So it's gonna be really cool because he doesn't sing. He's not a singer in the band. He's the guitar player. So that's why was this a big deal? So we'll find out tomorrow. That's at 7 p.m. TK, thank you very much again. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
We'll talk soon. You're welcome to stay on, but I know you have things to do. So
I want to listen to a little bit of Guns for Frogs with you before I got to bounce.
Awesome.
And then we'll listen to the rest of it on all my favorite streaming platforms as well.
There you go. Way to plug it. I'm going to change the thing to Kevin Payne, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. We'll see you. Thanks, TK.
All right. Thanks, man.
Guns for Frogs with Anomaly and Jam Out or whatever this is.
Ugh. Gross. Oh, there's like mucus in my throat. Can you hear my mic?